Welcome back, Capricorn. This is your weekly reading for the week of December 6th to December 12th. So the theme for you this week is abundance. Now, this card has a very sweet energy to it. It's more than just acquiring abundance. I feel like you are going to feel abundant in your energy this week. I feel like this is more about you connecting with the abundance that you already have in your life. It has this generosity to it. I'm hearing a pillar of strength. So there might be some people around you who are looking to you as this person or a figure of a pillar of strength. I feel like you may be spending a lot of time around family, friends, people that really help you to feel grateful for all the wonderful things you have in your life. So there's also an energy of being really present and being in the moment and enjoying your life for what you have already. And they're drawing my attention to the fox that she's holding in her arms. And what this is telling me is feeling grateful for choosing the right things in your life that have brought you to this place. So yeah, there's a really strong energy of gratitude here, but it's almost as if you're just holding on to all you could be reflecting on some of the choices that you've made in your life and thinking, wow, it's because I invested my energy into this, or it's because I chose this thing in my life that now I have this. So it's almost like you're taking stock of all the places you've been and maybe even how hard you have worked. So some of you could be even celebrating a lot of the work that you put in this year, or even just over the course of time, where you're reflecting on some of the great things that you have in your life and kind of taking a look at your work what you needed to do in order to acquire that. So gratitude and embodying the energy of abundance more than, not that abundance is not coming towards you in terms of something that you're working on or a project, but this feels more of just an energy that you're embodying this week, is feeling really gracious and generous as well. I feel like because you feel abundant, like you have so much in your life that some of you may be feeling like you want to give, that your cup is running over and you want to share that with the people in your life. So very sweet energy that you're going into this week with. Okay, let's go into your tarot here. See what we have coming up for the week of December 6th to December 12th for Capricorn. What do we have coming up for Capricorn this week of December 6th to December 12th? I am sensing a little bit of anxiety, however. So some of you may be feeling just a little bit sensitive this week in your anxiety, a little bit, possibly a little bit on edge, almost like you have a lot to take care of or a lot on your plate, a lot to juggle. So I'm sensing there's some anxiety, and it's not overwhelming. It's just more of, how am I going to accomplish all of this or get all of this done? Or feeling just a bit spread too thin, feeling like you've taken on a lot. Okay. What's coming up for Capricorn this week of December 6th to December 12th? 5 of air. Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of demands. A lot of people around you needing things from you, asking things from you. Like I said with the abundance card, I did kind of sense that there might be a lot of like people looking to you, like you're the leader of the pack, or for your guidance or for your help, or needing you to do things for them. Some of you could have like children around you and they're just needing your attention, family members, friends. So it kind of feels like you're holding things up this week. So you may be feeling a bit pulled in many different directions just because people are needing you, which is what I'm sensing with the 5 of air. I feel like with the Hierophant card, there's a strong emphasis on family. There's a strong emphasis on tradition. So this week, it's almost as if you'll be spending a lot of time in honoring certain traditions or spending time with family is really what I'm seeing. I know it's, kind of like the holiday season. So this is probably a very common theme that's going to be coming up for a lot of people, or even reflecting on tradition or reflecting on, I'm hearing ancestry. So just kind of reflecting on your past. I'm seeing people look through like old family albums and reminiscing on the past, or even kind of looking through your ancestral line is what I'm hearing from the Hierophant. So there's this reflecting or kind of researching or looking through where you come from, where you've been, where your family has been, and kind of talking about that or something like that, maybe even telling stories. Even if you're not around family, it's like you could be thinking about it. It could be something that's on your mind, reflecting on, Page of Fire. And I feel like with the Page of Fire, there is there's an energy of getting started on some projects, getting started, preparing for something. So gathering, I'm seeing gathering, perhaps dropping for some of you. Some of you could also be preparing for the next year. So you're kind of gathering items or tools for this next year. So I feel like in the month of December, there's going to be a lot of preparing for you, Capricorn, in whatever shape or form that shows up for you in your personal life. So I think that towards the end of the week, this week, you're going to start kind of putting action towards some of the plans that you have laid out for yourself. Okay, let's go in and clarify the 5 of air here. Wow, you have a lot of energy. You just grab those cards. I really feel like your energy is a bit ungrounded, however. So it's important that you ground yourself. I really feel like you're being pulled in many directions. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to do, is what I'm hearing. It's not overwhelming stress. It's just that there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do on your to-do list, is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like you're very determined in accomplishing your goals. Like you're kind of not really having a whole lot of time to think. You're just checking each thing off of your to-do list. Ace of Air. That's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Air. You're just kind of going full speed ahead in terms of getting things done and accomplished. Like you're very goal-oriented this week. Let's do a clarifying card for the Hierophant. Yeah, there's something with the Hierophant where it's about honoring tradition. So it's almost like some of you could be engaged in some kind of family tradition this week, some kind of ritual or some kind of like passing down the torch kind of energy that I'm seeing here. Like this is what we do in our family. We do this, once a year. We do this together around this time of year. That kind of thing is what I'm seeing here. Do a clarifying card for the Hierophant, Capricorn. Some of you could also be just doing rituals for this next year. I'm seeing some of you also kind of creating some kind of, it doesn't even have to feel spiritual. It can be like creating a vision board or some kind of setting of an intention for something that's traditional or something that kind of feels official, like you're making something official, reaffirming what it is that you want to create for the future. So setting those intentions for the future is what I'm seeing with the Hierophant. Let's clarify the Hierophant for Capricorn this week. Okay. And it feels like some of you are wanting to, it kind of feels like you're putting out a wish or you're setting an intention for creating your abundance, growing. Some of you want to grow your business. I'm seeing that, growing your business, getting a promotion, expanding in career, expanding in really developing your path. Getting moving is what I'm seeing. Like you want movement forward, coming out of the stagnation and get something going. Page of Fire. I feel like there's going to be some ideas that are coming in, solutions to how to get started on something here. Some of you maybe, I'm seeing children, so some of you may be really around children this week. Visiting, I don't know, but I'm seeing children around you. I'm seeing very playful, creative energy. So even if you're not around children, you could be connecting with your inner child, perhaps. Connecting with that part of you that has this creative, uninhibited side. And I feel like that's bringing about some spark of inspiration into your life. Some color, some fun. You're tapping into that energy. 3 of Water. I love this. Yeah. So I feel like there's some kind of creative idea, energy that you're tapping into, and it will actually attract some kind of attention, or it'll be some kind of fun group project, because I see other people involved. So perhaps some of you are getting together again, like with family or friends, and you're there's some kind of collaborative work that you could be doing together. It doesn't even have to be work. I'm just seeing fun. So some of you could just be having some fun this week. Maybe you're getting together with some family and friends. I am seeing some of you returning home. So for those of you who live away and you're kind of going home, some of you could be getting together with friends that you haven't seen in a long time. And because it feels like there's like a reunion here with the 3 of Water. There's some kind of reunion and doing things that you haven't gotten a chance to do in a while. Doesn't even feel like work. For some of you, it felt like some creative idea or putting together some action towards some plans that you've had that you wanted to get started on. So this end of the week, you may find that you're finally getting the ball rolling. And for others of you, if you're kind of reconnecting with some friends or some family, perhaps you're usually away at college and you're coming home to visit, something like that. And you get together with some friends you haven't seen in a long time and you go and do things that you haven't done in a while, that kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing here. Something that kind of helps you to come out of helps you connect with your fun and lightheartedness. Okay, let's clarify the 5 of Air and the Ace of Air. Clarifying the 5 of Air and the Ace of Air. Eight of Air. It does feel like you are definitely spread a little thin. I feel like you might feel a bit stuck in the sense that there's a lot of obligations, is what I'm hearing. Obligations with the 8 of Air. Like you're not really finding time in your schedule for yourself. And so that could be keeping you, it could cause you to become a little bit stressed out here. So I'm hearing from the Ace of Air to try to find some time in your schedule they're saying it's okay to say no to some things, because you could just be holding yourself to that, trying to uphold these expectations or these obligations that you have for yourself or that are being placed on you. So there's a strong message here with these, and they're all air. cards, which is all within the mental sphere. So it's causing some mental, I don't want to say stress because it doesn't feel necessarily like stress, but there's a lot on your mind for sure. There's a lot to do. And it feels like you're trying to just find space in your schedule to keep yourself balanced among all these expectations. But with the Ace of Air, what I'm seeing is that it may be too much. You may have too much on your plate. And the Ace of Air is saying to clear up unnecessary things. There could be some things that you're taking on that you don't really need to take on. Like you're just kind of doing it because you think you should. But is it really necessary for you to reprioritize is what I'm hearing here. Okay, Hierophant and the Nine of Earth. I heard inheritance. Some of you could be getting an inheritance. Oh, wow. Yeah, Ace of Earth. Interesting. Something that I feel like there's some kind of something returning to you, or some kind of. Okay, there's a couple messages coming in here. So for some of you, it's an I'm really hearing inheritance. And then for others of you, I'm seeing that there could be some, and this is why I was probably feeling, reminiscing on family or ancestral patterns, because this could also be, some of you could be healing ancestral patterns in terms of finances. So if there have been this like pattern within that's been passed down where there's some financial blocks or money blocks, that could be clearing here, like clearing that ancestral karma. Because we have the Ace of Earth and the Nine of Earth, so there's some abundance or a new beginning returning to you. So this is a new beginning here. And some of you could also be, for those of you who are setting intentions and doing some kind of ritual or, practice, some like officiating or reaffirming or making something sacred, praying, setting some kind of intention is what I'm seeing. This could be setting an intention for a new beginning in finances or bringing in prosperity and abundance, which I see coming in for you. So that could be where your focus is on. And let's clarify the Page of Fire and the Three of Water. What does Capricorn need to know about the Page of Fire and the Three of Water? Seven of Fire. I feel like you're going to be a bit, if some of you are kind of getting together with some friends, it kind of feels like you're wanting to let loose and wanting to, I'm hearing take some risks. So I don't know, it kind of feels like some of you need to let loose and have some fun, and you're craving for that. So I kind of see some of you just really wanting to do that this weekend, or towards the end of the week. That if you are getting together with some friends and some family, that you're kind of ready to take some risks. And for others of you, if you are working on a project or wanting to put something out there, start collecting resources or collecting, I see you kind of doing something with something you've already collected. So getting things in place and then putting action towards it. Like, for example, if you're wanting to start a website, then you've kind of have everything set up, and then all you have to do is just launch it. So that's the energy that I'm seeing. But there's something about it where you are willing to open yourself up a bit more and take some risks, and perhaps even collaborate with other people. So some of you could also be working with other people, kind of bringing on other people to help you with something work related or some kind of project that you're working in. But there is something here about being a bit more of a risk taker and going out on a limb on something, and being very, very particular about who you work with, and being very, it's like you're very clear about what you want and where you want to go. And so these risks that you're taking are not, it's like they're not, you're not confused about them. But it does feel like there's something in the way. I don't know why it feels like there's something in the way. Let me pick another one here. There's an energy here that's almost like a distraction is what I'm hearing. Wow, it's a really powerful energy because I felt it as soon as I was trying to tune into the card of Seven of Fire. It was like this huge block or wall that came in. What is this about? Seven of Fire. There's some kind of block or distraction. Clarify the Seven of Fire for Capricorn. And it was really intense, and it kind of just appeared out of nowhere all of a sudden. Four of Air. Yeah, so needing to disconnect. That's the Four of Air, is needing to disconnect. So I would say, Capricorn, this week, as there are some wonderful things happening for you, but there's also some energy here that's feels like there's some kind of distraction or some kind of energy that's pulling on your energy, and it's causing you to have some kind of blockage, like some not being able to push on ahead. And that's probably this Eight of Air as well. Feeling stuck. How do I get out of this mental fog or this mental, this wall? So, Spirit's suggestion here is the Four of Air. So frequent meditation and frequent time alone to regroup and reground your energy is what I'm seeing, because it felt really strong towards the end. It was very interesting, and it felt like it came out of nowhere. So there could be some individuals around you as well with the Three of Water that could feel a bit distracting. So just kind of be aware of the people that are around you, because it feels like there is some intrusive energy that you're not too comfortable with. So take that as it resonates. I feel like that will play out differently for different situations, but I really did feel that energy, and it felt pretty intense. Interesting. Okay, let's pick a card from the angel deck here. Actually, they're saying to the angels last. I'm going to do a challenge card for you first. Okay, challenge for Capricorn this week of December 6th to December 12th. What is Capricorn being challenged with this week? Potential. I really feel like you may struggle with getting things done. Like that kind of feels like something that you have a lot of things on your to-do list that you want to get done, and you may just struggle with being able to accomplish all of it. You also may have, what I'm seeing is you have a lot of big goals, and you may be overwhelming yourself with how much you need to accomplish or how much you need to do to achieve that goal. So what I'm hearing is to simplify it. Simplify your to-do list, simplify your, have the big goals, but also create those short-term goals. Ones that are tangible, the ones that are more realistic. So that will not create this overwhelming energy of like, oh my gosh, I have to get all of this done. Because it feels like it's knocking you off balance, or it's causing you to feel stuck, because it's like you have all these things you want to accomplish, and you see all these possibilities for yourself, but then it could put you in this space of, I don't know if I have the energy or the means to do all of this though. So being very practical is going to help you this week, and disconnecting from anything that's distracting you, because I really feel like there's distractions around you. Yeah. And I feel like it's going to irritate you. Like at some point it's going to irritate you. Like in the beginning, it may be like, this is great. But then at some point you may start to feel like, okay, I'm not having any time for myself. So make sure you prioritize, or you kind of organize your schedule, or how much time you're allotting to different things. Okay, what can Capricorn look forward to this week? For December 6th to December 12th, what can Capricorn look forward to this week? Flexibility, yeah. Yeah, so this is all about needing to change up the way you're kind of doing something, because you could just be very set on some method or how you want to accomplish something. You could also be very set on, I'm seeing like a very rigid schedule. Like you want everyone to kind of adhere to the way that you had the weekend or the week set up, and, or even for yourself, some of the things you wanted to accomplish for yourself. So you may find that you are becoming hard on yourself, or you are not being very compassionate when you don't like accomplish everything on your to-do list. So what I would say here is to be very kind to yourself and to congratulate or to validate the things that you have accomplished. So focus on what you have done, focus on what you have accomplished, focus on your successes, and not so much on how much you still have to do, because I feel like there's something about that that's going to overwhelm you. And it's going to do the opposite of what you actually want to do. It's going to disempower you if you only focus on what you haven't done. So focusing on the positive this week is going to be very important for you, Capricorn. Being easy on yourself, giving yourself some grace. It's going to be very important, because I feel like you're being a bit hard on yourself this week. Okay, what do the angels have to say for Capricorn this week of December 6th to December 12th? Dreams. Yeah. So this is all about cultivating your dreams. This is all about really nurturing your dreams. Some of you may also have some intense or vivid dreams this week as well. Some of you, I'm also seeing something about childhood dreams. So some of you may be really exploring something from your childhood, or something that you're remembering a childhood dream that you had. And so that could come up for you. And maybe there's something in that dream that, you know, really catches your attention, or, you know, really captivates you in some way. So very interesting week for you, Capricorn. I would say balance is really important for you this week. And really prioritizing, and make sure you find some time for yourself, and to not spread yourself too thin. But it's a very active week as well. Okay, that's your reading for this week. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Capricorn.